watching the station covering all of the DMV. This is DC News Now.
And thank you for joining us for DC News Now at 4. I'm Mark Hall.
And I'm Annalisa Gale. We're kicking off our weekend with a weather alert. Parts of our area bracing for potential flooding tonight.
And we're taking a live look outside right now, the Washington Monument. Again, Annalisa, not a bad day in the neighborhood. It could have been worse.
Yeah, but we know that it's a DMV first warrant day.
Yeah.
Turning now to meteorologist Damon Matson with a check on our forecast.
Yeah, guys, overall, we have at least seen some improvement. Now, thankfully, we've actually dropped that DMV first warn day here today because we have been avoiding some of the worst of the heaviest rainfall that has been out there. Notice we still do have a flood watch technically here for our counties right along the Chesapeake Bay shoreline, St. Mary's, Calvert, and Anne Arundel counties, because there have been some pockets of heavy rain clipping by this western shore of the bay. Now, the good news is elsewhere, as you go back toward I-95, the district into parts of western Maryland especially, there hasn't even been any rainfall all the way out to the west. And those that did see some steadier precip in and around the DC metro earlier today, it is now tapered down to just some very isolated rain showers, thankfully enough. So we are drying out with very little else happening elsewhere outside of right in far southern Maryland. Still some light showers ongoing, some very heavy rain still unfolding over toward the eastern shore, the Delmarva Peninsula. That is the area that has been hit hard. Again, most of this heavier rainfall just avoiding us. Look at this estimated total just south of Cambridge, 5 inches of rain on the eastern shore there. Now, parts of St. Mary's County did pick up some much heavier rainfall, especially down toward Lexington Park earlier today. A couple of inches totaling up there, but look at how sharp the gradient is once you make it to I-95. Barely even a quarter of an inch came down through the length of the day today. And again, that's why we have decided to drop the warn day, because the heaviest rain has been missing us. Now, we are going to still see some scattered light rain showers as we go throughout the rest of the evening into the start of the night, but most of that rain should concentrate to the east with each passing hour. So folks, everything is looking up as we head into the start of the weekend. Now, as we get into Saturday and Sunday with the rain gone, does that mean we are about to see a return of the heat? We'll have a full look at your forecast coming up here in just a bit.
All right, Damon, thank you. Right now, police are investigating a shooting in Northeast D.C.
Yeah, it happened around 2 o'clock this afternoon. DC News Now's Randy Bass is in the Deanwood neighborhood now with the latest. Hey, Randy.
Hey there, not too many details to share at this point. We do know one man was shot this afternoon here near 52nd Street and Sheriff Road. This all happened right here in broad daylight. Going to give you a look at the scene here now. Again, still pretty active here in the Deanwood neighborhood at this hour. We do know that man was conscious and breathing when he was taken to the hospital. We also, in just the last few moments here, got this photo from police that's showing you what the car looks like that could be connected to this shooting. Police just sent us this photo. They say it's part of this photo came in through the real-time crime center. Investigators there found this car and say it could be connected. The car looks like it could have some front end damage. It's a dark gray SUV. Again, this photo coming into us here just in the last minute or two. Again, not too many details to share. Still a very active scene here in Deanwood. This all happened about a block away from the DC-Maryland border. At least a dozen detectives and officers are here gathering evidence and piecing together the moments that led up to this shooting. That is all still under investigation. It's only been about 2 hours since this all happened. We checked in with police moments ago for more updates. They say it's not clear that any arrests have been made yet. They also haven't given us a lookout for a suspect, but again, they did give us a lookout for that potential suspect vehicle, that dark gray SUV that appears that it could have front end damage. Anybody who may see that car or has any information connected to the shooting at all is urged to get in touch with detectives right away. Live in Northeast, I'm Randy Bass, DC News Now.
Randy, thank you. We have new details this afternoon. Prince William County police say 2 more men face charges in connection to a shooting that took place at the Manassas Mall on Tuesday. A total of 5 people face charges to this shooting. Police charge Eric Benitez, including with 2 counts of second-degree malicious wounding and 1 count of carrying a concealed weapon. Right now, police are also looking for 18-year-old Tavion Thornton, who's wanted in connection to the shooting.
And AT&T says nearly all of its customers' data were illegally downloaded to a third-party platform in a 2022 security breach there. Now, we know that includes cellular, mobile, virtual network providers and landline customers. AT&T says the data leaked doesn't include call and text records or personal identifiable information there. The company has now launched an investigation trying to notify affected customers. One person has already been arrested in connection to this breach. This comes after a separate data breach involving AT&T customers' passcodes back in March.
Happening tonight, a vigil expected for the 3 football players who were killed last week in the community will come together at 7 p.m. at the Dr. Henry A. Wise Junior High School. 24-year-old Minnesota Vikings rookie cornerback Kyrie Jackson, 23-year-old Isaiah Hazel, and 24-year-old Anthony Litton Jr. died in a crash on northbound Route 4 and Presidential Parkway. We will have more on the story coming up on DC News Now at 9.
And developing now, Greenbelt police have arrested 2 suspects who they believe were involved in an armed robbery. It happened in the 6,000 block of Spring Hill Terrace at an apartment complex. An investigation continues tonight. Meanwhile, today, Prince George's County State's Attorney Aisha Braveboy announcing a 17-count indictment in the case of 31-year-old Joshua Thomas, who's accused of stealing air conditioning units in the District Heights area spanning from April of this year through mid-June. Now, officials say the AC units were stolen from homes, apartment complexes, and a church. They also say Thomas's motive for the thefts were to use the copper piping that are within those AC units so that he could sell them on what they call as an illegal market there. Neil Nappy represents one of the properties that was targeted. He says the damages to the Woodland Springs apartments costing them a lot of money.
We were very distressed at the, what was going on in our property, and Mr. Thomas, seemed to be like a one-man wrecking crew for us. He was costing us a tremendous amount of money. I think all told in excess of $70,000 with the damages that were done.
Thomas is still behind bars tonight. He's expected to have a bond hearing in the next few days. Also, Senate Democrats are upset after almost every Republican voted against a bill that would have expressed support for abortion rights in the U.S. Now, one of those senators includes Virginia Senator Tim Kaine. He said he left frustrated after Republicans blocked the bill at what was called a sense of Congress bill there. That means it wouldn't have changed the law. However, it did put every senator on record when it comes to where they stand on abortion access.
And I believe that this crisis occasioned by Dobbs is going to get worse and worse and worse. And eventually, we're going to want to find a national level protection for people.
The Virginia Society for Human Life disagreed with Senator Kaine, saying in a statement that the senator does not seem to care that the bill would put people's lives in harm's way. 4:08 now. The city of Alexandria is celebrating this birthday weekend. It's its 275th birthday there.
The historic city will celebrate its birthday with fireworks, music, and other activities on Saturday. DC News Now's Leonard and Fleming spent the day in Alexandria, and he joins us live right now. Leonard, it's going to be quite a celebration there.
Yes, it is, and this is Alexandria's time to party. Rain or shine, you are going to see city officials planning to do it right here on the waterfront. As people who live here tell me, they are pumped as they are every year for this celebration. Alexandria is having its 275th birthday party, and everyone is invited. That makes it older than the United States, which is 248 years old. The city's events this weekend will include live music, fireworks, and cannon blasts. City officials say they are expecting 9,000 people on the waterfront for the event. Daniel Guzman is the director of special events for Alexandria.
Well, this is a big celebration. It's 275th, so we like to brag that we're older than the country. But we're going to have, mayor's going to come out and say a few words. We have our town crier. We have our poet laureate. She'll read a poem as well. And then we have 2 music groups. We're going to have the a jazz group performing at around 6 o'clock, and then we'll have the Alexandria Symphony performing.
There also will be 2 other locations at Canal Center Plaza, as well as New Waterfront Park for these celebrations, and it lasts from tomorrow from 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. Reporting from Alexandria, Virginia, Leonard N. Fleming, DC News Now, back to you.
All right.
Mean anything for 600.
DMV native and University of Maryland graduate Isaac Hirsch leading a stunning showcase on Jeopardy this week. He's now a 7-time winner. Hirsch grew up in Silver Spring, Maryland, and works in customer support in California. He said that he wasn't expecting to be called for Jeopardy after his audition.
It's like, cool, you'll be on Jeopardy in 2 weeks. And I was like, all right, well, I can't learn geography in 2 weeks. So however this goes, it goes. I grew up just surrounded by reference books and encyclopedias and dictionaries and everything. So that helped, I think. And my parents were also very into trivia. My dad was on Jeopardy in 1985. So like it's a family thing. I didn't plan to win this many games. So we're already well outside the realm of plans. Like winning 7 games that was like the wildest fantasy.
185, and you're a new Jeopardy.
Well, Hirsch says he plans to keep his winning streak. He also qualified for the Jeopardy Tournament of Champions. Certainly good luck to him as he moves forward. Still ahead on DC News.